Hey guys, so in this video I want to talk about how do you get the highest ROI, basically how do you get the most out of your Google PPC campaigns when you are a wholesaler, a rehabber, an investor, and you're running these campaigns to generate inbound motivated seller leads. I get the question a lot, what does your landing page actually convert at? What is the rate at which it converts? And how does that relate to the ROI? So in this video I'm going to show you exactly what those numbers are, what the averages are, and I'm going to go over what you can actually do to improve your results. Okay, so let's dive right into this. Like I said, we're going to go over the averages. So what are the industry averages for ROI? What is the averages that we see for cost per lead, cost per click? And how does our landing page actually perform? How does our landing page that we use for about 70 to 80% of our clients, how well does it actually convert? And then after we go over all that, so you'll get an idea of what are the averages, right? What can you actually do to tweak things in your favor to actually increase your ROI? Number one, we have to look at how do you actually determine the landing page conversion rate. We actually have to know how to do this first. The way that we figure this out is it's the total number of leads divided by the total number of clicks. And then we multiply that by 100 to get our conversion rate. So for us, looking at all the data across all of our clients for all the campaigns that we run, we see about a 19.56% conversion rate, and I'll round that up to 20% just for simplicity's sake. So basically 1 in every 5 clicks is becoming a lead on the landing page that we use. So then what do we do? Next, we want to determine the actual cost per lead from our average CPC. Okay, so what we're going to look at is basically, the way you want to think about this is that if 1 in every 5 clicks on the landing page becomes a lead, like I said, that 20% conversion rate, then we can find the cost per lead with our average cost per click. Okay, Google charges you every time someone clicks on the ad, and a certain number of those clicks become a lead. Across all of our accounts, all of our clients, our average CPC is going to be about $35. Now, in some campaigns it's higher, some campaigns it may be even lower, but this is the average, okay? And it depends on how the campaign's set up, how long it's been running, what markets we're targeting. There's a lot of things that go into this, okay? But this is the average. If you have 5 clicks at $35 and that becomes a lead, then your average cost per lead is going to be about $175, which is exactly what we see in our accounts when we look at all the data. Now, next, you want to determine, okay, if you know your cost per lead, then you want to look at what is your cost per deal. For Google PPC, this is pretty well known. The average number of leads per closed deal is about 1 in every 10 to 15 leads. Okay, it's about a 7 to 10% conversion rate. So knowing that, and we know the average cost per lead, we can basically calculate your average cost per deal. So if you look at it on the low end, if 1 in every 10 leads converts, then your cost per deal in ad spend is going to be about $17.50. If it's 1 in every 15 leads, it's going to be about $26.25. If we split the difference between those two, you get about $21.87.5, give or take, which is the number that I'm going to go by. Okay, so then you have to consider the time frame. So anytime I work with a client, anytime you do any kind of inbound marketing, the recommendation is usually to test it for 3 months. You always want to do at least 3 months, especially with real estate, as the sales cycle is a little bit longer, right? And we usually recommend that they spend at least $3,000 per month in ad spend. Now that can vary. It can depend exactly on what you're doing, but that's usually the recommendation. And if you take that $2,187 and you take the $9,000 and divide it by that number, you get about 4.11 deals over those 90 days. Okay, so now that we have that number, we can look at, okay, what actually is the labor cost for us on our end to actually do marketing and to manage and optimize and build out and run these campaigns for you. We charge, currently our labor cost is $1,500 per month. This means that the average cost per deal with the total expenses included is $3,284. Okay, so now that we have that number, now you've got to look at how much do you actually get back from those 4.11 deals that are closed. Okay, so the average assignment fee for a wholesale deal is about $10,000. So if you are closing 4.11 deals over 90 days, that's $41,100 in deals closed, which equates to a 3.04x ROI, return on your investment. That is basically the industry standard for inbound marketing across the board. Okay, so knowing that this is the average, how can you actually improve upon that? And what can be done to make that even better? Okay, because a 3x ROI is great. I mean, if you're trying to grow and scale your business, I mean, that's going to be a good ROI as it is. But ideally, we want to shoot for something like outstanding would be like a 5x ROI or above. That's what we want to aim for. So what can you do to try to reach that, right? Number one, you can make more per deal. So this would be higher assignment fees, or if you're doing things like rehabs where you're going to make a much more profit on a rehab, in addition to the wholesaling that you're doing, that can be one way to increase your ROI. Another way is to improve your conversion rate, right? Maybe you start offering other ways to start to get more leads to convert, in addition to improving your systems and your acquisitions process, your dispositions process. However, the simplest and the most common thing that I recommend to all of my clients is simply to target more areas to reduce your cost per lead. If you can get more leads for the same amount of money, that alone will raise your ROI, because the way that it works, you have to understand, is that when you target more areas on Google, you basically are working therefore with more search volume. It's more population, and you get more people searching for the terms that indicate motivation, which is what we're trying to target. And so because there's so much more search volume from targeting more cities, more areas, more counties, Google is able to find lower cost clicks for your campaign. And like I showed you before, when the clicks start to go down in terms of their cost, the cost per lead comes down as well, because our landing page conversion rate basically stays the same at about 20%. And as you could imagine, when you have a lower cost per lead, you're going to have a lower cost per deal, and you're going to get more deals for the same amount of money that you're spending. And then you're going to have a larger ROI. So I hope that's helpful for you to just see the averages, and then to see what our number one recommendation is when you're doing Google pay-per-click for inbound motivated seller leads. Again, there's lots of other ways and lots of other things that you can do to better those numbers, but those are the main numbers you want to be looking at. Those are the main ones that we look at with all of our clients. And I hope that this is helpful to you.